Right. Now, a long time ago, I did some games by a company called J. Morrison Micros. Didn't really know what to make of it. Anyway, I think I've gone through these clamshell games, but maybe not. But anyway, here's J. Morrison Micros. This is Cybermen. I think this is the only game I got. They only made 3 games. So once you found the other 2, it's finished, sir. And the back is just standard thing. There's nothing printed on the inside. There's no instructions. I don't know if there was any in the case at any point. But there's the old cassette printed on. I would say that's a 9-pin dot matrix printer. Yeah, crap. That's not. Come on. Ah. Focus with you bastard thing. That's a disaster. Come on. There you go. So that's what that looks like. I'm not showing you the other side. I don't want people making illegal copies of this game, because it is illegal, because it says this cassette is not to be hired, rented, copied, freely distributed or resold, or counterfeited and sold on eBay 35 years later. Anyway, 1983 game. Now we have played this game, but this is not Dawn of Commodore bullshit. This is in quotations live tape testing. Nah, I'm gonna have to do the old Pokerunio. Haven't charged the camera yet actually, so actually we tried Proof of Destruction yesterday, we tried that. There's quite a few games I wanted to play that loaded, including the mythical Bubble Bobble 5-level demo stuck on the front of Ace magazine. Yeah, I know you can see my face. So there's loads of tricks you can do to make a game, difficult to press run stop, and then copy and call your own and all that crap. Modify a little bit, a bit like modern homebrew. Chalky, don't press the key on the keyboard, buddy. Tape, the actual tape itself, the spools going around in the tape case, they don't sound great. There's a bit of friction there. I was going to say something there about friction, but it's not that kind of channel. I'd forgotten about that. But anyway, this is Mr. J. Morrison's commercial game, and it is a fully commercial game. He's obviously gone the whole hog with the case and the inlay. I don't know if that's enough tobacco, you might have to hear that the first time. Alright buddy. That does not look good. Why is that so slow though? You'd think you'd be using expanded sprites. I'm wondering if I can do a berserk. Yeah, that's not enough tobacco in there, you'll have to listen to it a bit more often. You know me mate, you've got to stretch out these videos, I'm running out of fucking games to play. And technically I have played this game already, but I don't actually like the official conversion of Berserk. The graphics look pathetically small, they look like user-defined graphics on a 1982 Spectrum game. They're fucking tiny. They're smaller than the graphics on the VCS, so yeah, I don't care if they're arcade fucking sized, which they're not, because the arcade graphics are bigger because there's no border on the arcade display. Boop, 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 boop. It's like Quo Vadis, you could mix them together. Yeah, I would have done loads of strange stuff if I had mixing and editing stuff. I was way too creative back then because the 80s said you had to be creative. If you weren't creative, you were a loser. That's how it was back then. So everyone had these shit ideas, and yeah, I think it was all some sort of mistake. But anyway. Fit joystick to port 2. Do you require instructions? Yeah, come on then. Yeah, what's going on with the screen output and this shit these days? Oh, come on, come on, come on. I already broke the one for input. You know, SCART input, etc. selection. And now I've got to find a fucking lighter. Fucking lighter! And I've got to get me, oh actually I can't get me CRT glasses. CRT glasses were out in the shop yesterday, so they're in the car now. Spastic Boy is not there at the moment. Go and work, you dumb cunt. Fucking useless millennial cunt. I don't agree with minimum wage, mate, and I don't agree with furlough either. Your business goes up the shitter, you go up the doldorf, it's like everyone else, mate. What is this fucking furlough? I lived through 2 recessions, and you had to have economy beans and chips a couple of times, mate. So, yeah, exactly. That's your failure. I can feel your anger pressing the thumbs down. Well, dislike button. Wow, I don't know what's going on with the output. It seems to be getting worse lately. Might have to dig out this video cable. I have actually got a new old stock 1902 monitor, which would look a bit weird with a brown 64C with orange function keys and dark chocolate brown keyboard. But anyway. Of course, the one time that the joystick isn't in fucking joystick port 2, I don't fucking check anyway. Why are the graphics going like this these days? Right. Oh, you got to push the way you got to fire, so it's a bit Robotron, I don't like that. Eat. I like to have a cinematic, exciting exit there. Ooh. Yeah, we definitely need to crack open a new zip stick because Oh, they don't explode when they touch the electric fence. That's different. I used to love making them do that on the Berserk on the VCS. Wee! So you've only got 2 at the moment, so let's see if things improve. This is probably one of the rarest games on the C64. Oh yeah, you can't shoot him, can you? Ooh, that was a close one. Any closer and I'd have a fucking skinhead, mate, from the laser blast, photon torpedo, whatever. Ooh. This is where you need arcade quality joystick. That's the other thing, right? Arcade games come with an arcade joystick for free when you play them in the arcade. Unless the cabinet's knackered, but that's your fault for waiting 6 months to play Pac-Man or whatever, but anyway. So there's only 2 on screen at a time. 364's got 8 sprites. You must be using sprites for the shots as well. Yeah, let me finish my roll up and have some of me coffee. Selfishly, you've made me load up this game before I even had a sip of my coffee. Although it was too hot, so I got me walnuts out. No, actual walnuts, you know. The ones that yeah, this is not helping the... I bought a packet of shelled walnuts from the supermarket. There you go, that'll do. So you can't expect multiplexing or anything like that. Not in 1983. No one was doing that. I don't think multiplexing was even mentioned until the first draft of the Commodore Programmer's Reference Guide, and it only hints that you can do that. It doesn't tell you how to do it. It doesn't tell you how to check for rasters, as far as I know. I haven't read all 500 pages. Give me a break, man. So you may be watching this and thinking it's a shit game. I'm watching this and thinking that's 100 quid there. Yeah, right, okay, mad CBM it is. Hey, what? I was typing on the keyboard. I don't like it when they make you use the joystick for that. It's a home computer game, sir. Not in the arcade. But yeah, that's the thing, you see. If you write a game that's as difficult as the arcade, you know, 50 frames per second, oh gee, we're not going to get to have this coffee, are we? Let alone have any smokes. So there's not enough guys on the screen, that's the problem. Now I had kind of worked out a way, oh look, you get bonus points, where you would do it on the C64, so you'd move them around by overlaying a sprite on the user-defined graphics. Oh, that was a close one. Ah, no! Oh look, there's 3 now. I want to know what the maximum is. Let's go this way. I don't know why the mazes are drawn like this. Surely you draw the mazes as, you know, reverse characters, reverse spaces specifically. Ah, see, I went to get the last one. I presume you can leave, yeah, you can. You don't have to do any of them. There you go. I'm trying to force the machine to put up more than 3, but it may not be possible because if you're using a sprite for all the robots and all the shots. But like I was saying, I was working on Berserk and it was like, nah, don't worry about that. Someone else is doing it, they're quite far along, there's no need for you to do it. And then I looked at it and I was like, it looks like a fucking Spectrum game. It looks shit. It's a bit like that homebrew remake of Jetpack, which looks brilliant on the C64. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Oh look, we've got 4 now. So obviously maybe only one of them fire at a time. So that would allow a maximum of 5 robots actually. Oh, no! The exit was just too far away. Look mate, I'm going to finish me rolled up. Mad CB. My CB radio's gone insane. So printing and poking. Printing is fast anyway, and poking is much faster if you compile with basic. So it might be possible to do a compiled basic Berserk in the style that I want to do, with, you know, big robots. Big robots. Danger, Will Robinson. So anyway, that actually works. Oh no, I hate it when they do that. Oh no, it does work. I hate it when they turn the cassette motor off so you can't rewind the tapes until you turn the C64 off. So whatever you think of the game, this is very expensive. So you know, offers invited from you know, let's start the bidding at 250 quid. My car needs a new O2 sensor. Right, what else can we play? Rock and Bolt, Lasers, West Bank. I'm not going to like Dragon's Lair. Let's go with Gryphon and no, let's do Kamikaze. Battery warning is not flashing. Forward a bit. Yeah, all this stuff is getting too old now. There's too much friction on the reels inside the compact cassette cases, so I hope the full stop there is intentional. Actually exists on the tape leader. Let's take the reading glasses off. These are proper reading glasses. They're the tobacco glasses. So I got quite a way through season 3 of Prison Break. I don't know where they filmed that. I don't know if that's an actual building actually. That's a good thing with older TV shows, the CGI is immediately obvious. Yeah, I reckon Berserk is possible in compiled basic. All you've got to do is print up the robots on the screen and overlay the actual sprites when you're going to move them, and wipe out the user-defined graphics underneath, and then move the robot, and then when it stops moving just print them again. So like I said, if you use a sprite for shots, you waste a sprite, but it's probably the best way to do it. I mean, the shots don't go through the wall, so that's no problem. And so you're just checking you know, if the sprite collides with a background, and then which sprite is, and then you can work it out from. But there's probably a better way of doing it. But it's probably an easy way just to check that there has been a collision using the hardware, you know, sprite to background collision detectors, or sprite to sprite. See, the thing is, I haven't actually got a decent assembler for the C64. I don't know what people use these days. I'd probably write it using an emulator, which means a bit fucked there. Plasma screen gets burning, and we're already over 5,000 hours on one of the projector bulbs, which I bought yonks ago, years before COVID. So I could have gone B&M yesterday. It looked quite empty. There's only about 8 cars in the car park in front of it, and some of them is going to be people that work there. A manager, assistant manager, maybe one of the millennials who stack the shelves, who've been there a few years. I haven't seen my neighbour walking the dog for a while, actually. I wonder if she's not well. That would explain why the bins are almost fucking climbing over the brick wall, which is actually on my driveway, because they were great friends for about 50 years. I can't remember who had the house first. This house was built before my neighbour's house, but the people who owned it, they didn't live here for 100 years. So yeah, when I bought this house, it was about 98 years old, which explains why there's loads of work for me to do. Oh, I actually found I got the Dizzy collection, so I think we have played this game. Oh look, Ash and Dave game. Ooh. I've said it before and I'll say it again, screw the Stamper twins, mate. You want Ash and Dave. Ash and Dave all the way, sir. Look at those great little tiny graphics. I think Old Faithful actually has better video output at the moment. Ooh, don't like that. Get the something or other. Do we have to land? Do we have to pick them up when they're parachuting out? So I'm going to have to stand a bit further away. Can you crash into building? I think you can actually. Can you crash into the mountains? No. That wouldn't make sense. Get the something or other. I couldn't fucking read that. Whoa, it's like Scramble, the last level of Scramble. Ash and Dave games are written really well actually. Oh, there's a castle. Get the dynamite out. So he's carrying some dynamite there, I think. What is that then? Maybe you've got to shoot them things with the parachutes. I honestly don't know. I might have a copy of this. I can't remember offhand. Right, well my shots are going through it, so why can't I fly? So I'm really just learning the game at the moment, so. Do you have to pick up the dynamite or what? Oh, there was a flying saucer there. Hey, it was reversing in a different point of the background before. Why was it going back then? So that's loaded anyway. Yeah, this is one of those games you can't rewind the tape until you turn the computer off. That's actually not a bad game. I played that before, so I won't go crazy with that. I can't retire on that game. I've done it again. Oh look, see, now it's done it for good. I just don't get the confident feeling with this thing. Maybe it's because the cassette motor was running while I was turning it on. Didn't like that. Didn't like that at all, mate. Didn't like the small cup of coffee. That's not enough for me, a Mediterranean. So what else we got left then? Gryphon, which looks, the cassette itself looks in mint condition. So. See, I think the thing is, the 64C, in mint condition, like not yellowed at all in the original colour, does look lovely. I do like it. It's a very smart computer. But it's just not nostalgic, really. The bread bin is nostalgic for me. First C64 I had did have the orange function keys, and then it stopped working after a few months. I think that's simply because I had the first release of Manic Miner, which took about 25 minutes to load. There was no turbo loader at all. And I used to leave it on overnight, the C64 that is, obviously, and so I could have a quick go of Manic Miner maybe when I woke up, definitely at the weekends, and it just stopped working, and it was a Saturday when it stopped working, so we went there, and I think one time we had to get a new RF cable, which was a really stupid thing, but the other time it did need a new PSU, so they just gave me another C64 as it would. Right, Gryphon doesn't work. I'm not going to chuck that one in the bin. Now what you should do if that happens is actually take the tape out immediately and have a look at the actual magnetic tape to see if it's damaged. Might simply be a case of you know, the heads need a bit of cleaning and a tiny amount of alignment. Most games do actually work, but it's more likely you'll need to you know, clean out the mechanism, possibly change the belt. So yeah, as much as I do think a non-yellowed 64C is nice, because it's not in the hearing aid beige that the Amiga 500 is. It's more in the Amiga 1000 slightly off-white sort of colour, neutral. It's not beige. Don't know about the Commodore 128, so I don't really care about that one. So much stuff up there, and yet I could still put more stuff on top of the wardrobe. Yeah, maybe we do some painting in the second living room today, or the hallway, or the second bedroom, or maybe I'll just build something. There's loads of shit to do today. Anyway, it was windy again. Yeah, this doesn't look good. I'm sure that's not right. Yeah, so there's not much tape in this cassette, so maybe it's a very fast turbo loader, and it's just, it might be too far gone to load ever again, even though the cassette looks mint. It was unboxed. Yeah, Dragon's Lair is actually a multi-load from what I remember, and it certainly looks like it. Look at that. Yeah, this ain't gonna work. I doubt this is gonna work. So we've got Rock and Bolt, Hard Hat Mac, Laser Zone, and West Bank. And all the other loose tapes, I couldn't really give a crap about whether they load or not, so it don't really matter. Right, being careful not to move the bloody camera. Just open the windows a little bit. It's quite windy out there again. No, that's not the wind. I think it's one of the cats trying to get in there. Or is it the wind? Is that the wind or is there a cat there? There you go. I'd be a bit worried if the wind... No, it was Jonesy, innit? I don't think it's going to load. It hasn't failed yet, but shouldn't be doing that. Could probably do a shoot 'em up with just sprites and rasters. Someone should try that. Oh yeah, I was going to do a quick test to see if I could do Vanguard in compiled basic. Yeah, I'm going to do that next actually. In fact, I'm not going to try any more things after this. There we go. So that definitely does not work. So, but I do have an almost new tape deck somewhere. Seeing as I have about 20 of the bloody things. I don't know which one it is. Anyway, these let's go over here. So these all loaded. Yeah, well, that's a shame. That's a shame. I wonder if the original Impossible mission will load. Nah, that's enough tape testing for today, buddy.